Hey everyone, and welcome back to Barcode. In this video, we're gonna have a look at the random class and how to use it to generate random numbers. And at the end of the video, we're gonna make our very own password generator. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. In order to use the random class, first we need to import it. And we do that by typing at the very beginning, import java.util.random. And now, just like how we create strings by typing string, a name for it equals new string, we can also create random objects by typing random. I'm gonna call mine mygen from my generator equals new random. And now I can use this to create random things. Like if I want to create a random integer, first I can create a variable called my number. And in my number, I can use the mygen dot next int, and this is gonna give me a random integer. And if I print this out, I'm gonna get a random integer picked by the mygen object. And if I run this, I'm gonna get another one. Now, if I want, I can also set a range from where Java can pick the numbers, and I do that by typing the bottom value and the end value of my range. In this case, 0 and 11. Which gonna give me numbers between 0 and 10 actually. The first number is always inclusive, so the mygen can pick numbers starting from 0, but the last one is exclusive, so the last number he can pick, it's only 10. And if we do this, let's say 10 times with a for loop, and if we run this, we're gonna get 10 random numbers between 0 and 10. And if I run it again, 10 other numbers. If the range you want to pick your numbers from starts with 0, you can leave 0 away and Java gonna include it for you. Now, if you want to generate a double instead of an integer, and you use instead of the next int the next double, then you're gonna get a number between 0 and 1. And if you print this out, we got decimal numbers between 0 and 1. And if you want here, you can also include a range. Let's say I want to go until 3. Then the range is going to be between 0 and 3. And again, 3 is exclusive, so you're going to get 2.9999 as the largest value. You can also include a whole range like 3 to 10. Then you're going to get numbers between 3 and 10, where 10 is not inclusive. And if we run this, we get a bunch of random numbers between 3 and 10. And similarly to double, you can also use a boolean. And in this case, you say next boolean. And if you run this, you're gonna get 10 random true and false values. Now let's create the password generator. For this, we can delete this part of the code because we don't need it anymore, but we're gonna need the random mygen, so this stays inside. And first, we're gonna create a string called characters, where we're gonna store all the possible characters our password can have. And I already have one. I'm gonna put this also in the comments so you can copy it out for yourself. The next thing we're gonna need is an array where we're gonna store the characters one by one, what the random generator gonna give us. We're gonna call this, let's say, password. And this is gonna be 20 characters long. So here we put 20. And now with the for loop, we're gonna go 20 times and generate a random number with the mygen generator between 0 and 74, because this string is 75 characters long. So the indexing starts from 0 and ends at 74. And that number, what the mygen gonna generate, gonna be the index of the character which comes into the password. It's gonna make more sense once the for loop is ready. Equals 0. It's gonna go 20 times. And the character array called password at index I gonna get one random character from this string. And that we're gonna get by typing characters.char@. So what this function does, it picks a character at the index what we specify here. So if I put here 20, it's gonna put in the character at index 20. but I don't want to put in set characters. I'm gonna put in random characters. So for that, I'm gonna use the mygen. Gonna ask him to generate me an integer between 0 and 75. And now the for loop gonna go 20 times, and in each iteration gonna fill one slot in the password character array with a character picked out from the character string, and it's gonna pick out from an index that mygen gonna generate randomly. And when the for loop is ready, we can create our final password string. Let's call it final pass, and this is gonna be a new string made out of the password character array. And if we print this out, final pass, we should get a random password that's 20 characters long. And indeed, there it is. And if we keep running this, we're gonna get a random password every single time. I hope it makes sense. And there you have Java's random class. Now, just a little disclaimer, these numbers are not truly random. Java has a complex algorithm to create numbers that look random, but for general purposes, they are good enough. If something wasn't clear or you think I should have explained it differently, please let me know in the comments. And as always, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. It really helps a lot. Thank you for watching and see you next time.